Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned into my Love and Hip Hop recap. Make sure you subscribe and join the family. And let's go ahead and get into this crazy episode. First, we have Brooke. She's talking to Tierra, and she told her about some tea about Akbar and how she kind of met him before and how he has this like way about him where he's kind of charming. And she did say that she knew like some stuff about him, and he probably knew about the fact that she was getting out of rehab, and he used her because he wanted to pretty much get up there in the world. He knew that she was kind of vulnerable at that time because it was making headlines, so he knew exactly what he was doing when he did it. But she was saying that she's out here looking crazy because she's still hanging out with him after everything happened with the sex tape scandal. So it's almost looking like you plotted this or something, like you did the whole Kim Kardashian Ray J type of thing or the whole Mimi scandal type of thing. So she was like, she didn't do it, and she was kind of confused. She wanted answers from him, and she still cares about him. She still loves him. And she dead like asked him. He looked at her in her eyes and told her that he didn't do it. But now she needs to go ahead and do what she has to do. And she's going to sue him to get justice because she wants her name to be cleared, as she doesn't want it looking like she put this out there for herself, because this is not what she was looking for. She did mention that Paris told her that she's not going. She can't get in contact with Nikki at all. So she's doing this whole press conference thing, but it's kind of like she's rolling dolo. So Brooke did offer to go ahead and help her out, which was nice of her because they're not the closest of friends or anything like that. They're just kind of starting a new friendship. Apple Watson, her super long ponytail. I mean, that thing was long. Did y'all see it? I mean, it was all the way down Shibok's side, all the way down to the floor. And I was just like, girl, ain't that a little bit much? She's at a music video shoot, and she's just so happens to be there with Amber. So Amber talks to her a little bit about Roccstar, and they kind of like exchange information about him. Amber tells her how he was foul, and he kind of put her bare raw vocals out there for everybody to hear once he was mad at her mama. So she's just like, oh no, like, she knows that she gotta be careful with him. But she also lets her know that her mother's a good manager, and although she's not really gelling and vibing with her mama right now, she might be a good fit for her to work with. So that's something that she's definitely thinking of considering. Following that, Moniece, she was at an event, and oh my gosh, her wig was looking so bad, y'all. I mean, I know sometimes I'll be having my off days, and I ain't gonna lie, but I mean, I feel like when you get to a certain stature or you're on television, like I feel like, don't you have people that do that stuff for you? I don't know. I mean, I could be totally wrong. Maybe they don't have a budget for that, but I'm just saying, like, the wig was like all the way wrong, and she had to keep on going like this. It was just not okay. Anyway, like I was saying, Moniece in her bad wig goes to talk to Roccstar. She wants to work with him. He says he's known her. She says she's known him from way back when. She's real cool with his adopted sister. And he says that he knows her in and out. I mean, the way he kind of said that looked like he was trying to spill a little bit of tea, but not too much, and kind of let you draw your own conclusions from there. I was just like, homie, I don't know why anybody would want to work with him, because he is too damn messy, honey. Messy boots. So he agrees. So it looks like they're going to be working together in the studio or whatever. I'm just like, girl, if you know him, why would you even want to work with him? I mean, yeah, he does good stuff, but at what cost? I mean, damn, I would have to make him sign some type of non-disclosure or something, because Tierra Marie, she goes to do her press conference, and Alejandra comes in. I think that's her name. And she comes in. This is girlfriend number 2 for Akbar, or woman number 2. And she says, I don't even know why you guys are doing this. You're looking for the wrong person. I'm the one who did it. And then she walks away. And I'm just like, girl, you willing to take the fall for somebody? Is your love that deep? Okay. I mean, he must be doing a whole lot. I mean, I don't know if you're going to get time or whatever. You're going to get some kind of record. I don't know how severe it is. It sounds like it's pretty serious. But it's like, you willing to take the fall for him? Or is it because you're not a boyfriend or you weren't in a relationship? So maybe if she takes the fall, maybe it won't be as serious. I don't know. But yeah, Tierra Marie, she gave her speech. You know, she was kind of trembling and everything. You could see she was nervous. I mean, it was in front of a lot of people. You're giving a speech and it's like all eyes on you. Luckily, she did have two people that were there to kind of give her moral support, which were both Moniece and Brooke. They were like there. Even though her and Moniece haven't had the best of situations lately, Moniece made sure that she was there to support her girl like a true friend. It's funny because meanwhile, Nikki and Paris were at home having a press conference looking party, eating popcorn and just kind of listening to her while she was talking. I guess that's what they call support by watching at home on TV. Honey, I mean, we're friends like that. So it's crazy because, you know, I feel like even though they're the ones that kind of started everything, they weren't the ones to kind of ride it out with her. Because Paris is like, she doesn't like legal issues. And then, what you call it? I guess Nikki is afraid that he's going to come for her. So that's why she's trying to stay out of it. And I'm like, it's as soon as things start heating up, that's when they kind of retreat. They good for the screams. They good for, you know, to get people riled up and they ready to fight. But once it comes into legal stuff, it's like, nah, chill. Like, I ain't trying to have nobody come for my pockets. Kimberly, she says that she's going to be meeting up with Akbar because she wants to get the tea and she's supposed to be doing a session or something with him. And she kind of wants to see what this whole situation is about. So she did meet up with him. But, he, of course, didn't admit to nothing. I'm like, only a fool would admit to something on national TV when you're going to be held accountable for whatever you say, you know? So he didn't really say, but she did ask him. Like, they met up. She was like, I don't beat around the bush. Let me get straight to the point. I was like, Pisces. Because I can't be like, oh, we're not going to dibble dabble. We're not going to go around and around. No, I'm going to ask you what I need to ask you. We're not going to play games. Nah, let's just do this. So that's exactly what she did. She asked him and then he didn't really, nah. Then he gives her an offer that he would like to make her be number 3. And first she kind of laughed it off, but then she was just like, I find that real disrespectful. She was like, no. She was like, I don't do that. Like, she got serious real quick, like, don't play with me. Like, you do not want to see me get crazy right now. Why would you even ask me something like that? Like, that's the kind of face she gave him. Like, she said a lot without even saying too much. Like, nah. So yeah, I guess they're not going to be working with each other anymore because she kind of shut that down. Amber's mother, she lets Amber know that she doesn't want to manage her anymore. She just kind of wants to be more of the mom. So they kind of made up because they had like that big blow up at the party, which is great. And like I said, I've seen them before on this mom-daughter show where the mom is kind of like acts like the daughter and things like that. It was an MTV show maybe like 3-4 years ago. I remember seeing it. Amber does kind of let her know that Apple Watts is good. She's got music. She's looking for a manager. So she kind of links them up. When Amber's mother does meet up with her, she feels like, although she's rough around the edges, she hears her music, she hears her story, and she is like, you know what, I'm going to work with you. You just need to sign on the dotted line. Give me a first name, last name, social security number, birth weight. You know, like, give me all your information. I'm going to pull up this contract. You going to sign it. I mean, I'm saying Apple Watch should definitely make sure she gets a lawyer to handle that situation. Because, I mean, to be honest, the way that Amber's mother Amber said that her mom, like, works with all these people, French Montana and all these other big name artists. But I just felt like, I don't know if she was doing it for TV or what, but just her pulling out the bands, as they say, the money, the $20,000. Is that too old school to say $20,000 these days? It has to be 20 bands. Yeah, for her to just pull out the money and kind of give it to him without showing any professionalism, any kind of contract, anything like that. It just kind of was weird to me. And it just seemed like she was real unprofessional. So how you working with all these big name people, but then with your daughter, you just being like just all willy-nilly, like that's giving you a bad look. But yeah, like I said, she's ready to be her manager. So hopefully they have a better relationship than she had with her daughter. Tierra and Moniece, they go and pop up at an event that they weren't invited to. They kind of crashed the party. This was a party that Nikki was having for, I think she said it was for her boss or something like that. So Nikki's there with her new bestie, Paris. They're talking. And Tierra kind of calls her out. Like, I've always been there for you. Where were you? And she comes up with this bullshit story talking about she had to be in the hospital with her father. And I'm just like, come on. So she keeps on going. Tierra's like, I've been there for you when your brother got killed, when your brother died, I was there for you. And, I had stuff going on with my mom. My mom was ill and I was always there for you. And it's crazy that the one time that I needed you now and you wasn't there. She was literally looking like she was on the brink of tears. So finally, when Moniece and Paris kind of interjected and they actually brought up good topics and good reasons why they should kind of come together and not let this kind of break them apart and how much they still care about each other, it kind of softened everything quite a bit and it allowed them to kind of see the good out of the situation and get to a better place. But regardless, like I do feel like that was shady, but she did kind of mention like, I don't want to get sued. And I feel like the next thing that he's probably going to do is probably come for me because he's mad. So she did kind of reveal that after Tierra kept on talking to her more and more. Moniece goes to the studio with Roccstar and he's helping her out. He lets her know that she's saying the wrong words, first of all. Brooke comes in because she did invite Brooke to the session for kind of like moral support or whatever. But it kind of flipped around. It's like as soon as she came, it's like I used to hate this too when I used to be in choir because I was like, I had a scholarship back in college where I was in this elite choir. They were well known all over the state, right? And it's like so many people in the choir would like be in competition with you. It's like you're singing something and they're like, oh, they just want to kind of go over you or start doing a whole bunch of riffs and shit. And it's like, I didn't ask you. Like, I'm singing my line. I'm a mezzo soprano. Like, I didn't ask to hear your freaking soprano part or whatever. You know what I mean? So it just kind of can just be kind of catty. Sometimes it can be kind of competition-y or whatever. And that's how I kind of felt like she was kind of doing. Like Brooke came in and she's like singing the notes, but it's like nobody asked you. I can kind of get it on my own. I'm just asking you to watch, not to show me what to do. And that could definitely be a lot of pressure, So anyways, he tells her, let's hop back in the booth, do your thing. And while she's going to the booth, he lets, what's her name? He lets Brooke hear the raw vocals real quick. And I didn't think it sounded horrible. It sounded acceptable. I mean, especially compared to what Amber was doing. I mean, this was like a super steps up. Like Amber was here. We just stepped up to here. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a difference in the quality of sound. So she's about to go and I guess she faints or something like that. And then she's having heart palpitations. So it seems like it could possibly be like a panic attack or something that she was having. I did overhear her mention that she was on some type of medication that she recently switched. So that could have also caused issues or something as well. So they ended up calling the ambulance, but it was messed up because while she's over here, I wouldn't say fighting for her life, that's a little drastic, but while she's over here in agony, having issues, literally like, she's about to get on a stretch and everything. The two of them is over there and he's making a whole ton of jokes talking about she knew what was about to happen when she went in that booth. That's why this happened. That's why she fell out. He's like, she about to jump up as soon as she hear about, I got to pay for this. He's just making like a whole bunch of insensitive jokes. And that's the whole thing. Like, stuff like this, you don't really joke about. Like, everything is not a joke. I don't know if he's trying to be a comedian as a side job or what it is, but I think even comedians know when it's time to joke and when it's not, and he has like no filter. Anyway, so she goes to the thing and he's like, they're like, what we going to do now? And he's like, why don't you go in the booth? And I'm like, That's just like throwing freaking salt on a freaking open wound that's oozing out and you can see the bone. I mean, you're just doing the most right now. She's going to be so upset, especially if like Brooke ends up taking over the song that she was supposed to be doing. Like, how are you a friend or a new friend if that's what you're doing? That's not even okay or cool or anything like that. So I don't know. I just see that as being potentially hazardous to their new friendship, their newfound friendship. But that's pretty much the episode. I mean, it was a part with Jay, Will, and what's that girl name? Was it Brittany? They was having a little bit of an upset. I just feel like he was doing the most. How you over here asking somebody to not take up an opportunity because y'all came in together? I mean, y'all knew that it was possible that somebody could get something and somebody didn't. You just mad that you weren't the one who got it because you wanted to kind of branch out and they didn't like what you were doing. I mean, to be honest, a lot of times, even though I feel like his lyrics, when I've watched him on YouTube, especially as Candy, can be offensive, because I hear him talking about like the F word, you know, which is, you know, bad for gay people or whatever. I feel like, I guess because he says it, it's okay, you know, but certain other people, if they say it, it's like, oh no, you know, they'll get torched. And I just feel like, you know, but his lyrics do make a lot of sense. They rhyme really well. He has good similes, good metaphors, good lyrics, you know. So, I mean, he's a good performer. So I can't take that away from him at all. But, you know, I just feel like he was just doing the most and expecting so much from somebody. But it's like, if the tables was turned, would you have done the same? But she was just like, you know, you can have that because I'm about to go to London anyway. Okay. So that's for Bridget Kelly's something for Bridget Kelly that she about to go do. Like, all the ladies is about to go. They about to have a trip to London. I'm like, oh, y'all gonna get locked up in London. Y'all better calm your little behinds down. But yeah, that's pretty much the episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out Some More Love Real TV, because we're going to be doing Empire. Oh, that's the blue thing hitting me up. We're going to be doing Empire. We're also going to be doing, I might do Black and Crew and Real Housewives of, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, it hasn't started yet, but whenever that starts, I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, definitely those two for right now. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.